Популярные фразеологизмы в ситуациях. Разговорный английский включает в себя много разного рода клише, то есть фраз, используемых как готовые формулы высказывания для частых ситуаций. Это могут быть выражения, состоящие как из одного слова, так и нескольких. Важное место для этих целей занимают фразеологизмы. Фразеологизм или идиома – это устойчивое сочетание слов, смысл которого не определяется значением отдельно взятых слов, входящих в его состав, а имеет целостное значение. Фразеологизмы делают нашу речь образной и живой. Устойчивые словосочетания помогают нам передать большой смысловой объем и сделать это эмоционально и выразительно. Они позволяют образно оценивать различные явления нашей жизни, эмоционально передавать свое суждение, восхищение, иронию, пренебрежение. Таким образом, чтобы достичь полного взаимопонимания с говорящим на английском языке, яснее и разнообразнее выразить свою мысль, чтобы придать своему высказыванию оттенок уверенности или неуверенности, радостного или недовольного отношения к событию или человеку, используются фразеологизмы. Задание. Task 1. Use the correct animal instead of the blanks. A. Harry has been waiting a long time for a convenient moment in starting his business, and now it is the time for him to take the by the horns. B. The speaker at the conference was so nervous. He had in his stomach when he saw Alice in the hall among other listeners. C. Helen did most of the job in writing the article, so she should get the share of the honor and money. D. The girl wasn't really upset. Those were just tears. E. If you go to meet them earlier, you might as well kill two with one stone. Say, do shopping on the way to the university. Task 2. Match the phrases in bold to the definitions. Busy and active, admire, remain calm, criticize, be kind, not move, become disappointed, not show gratitude for. A. John is happy to help Alicia in her difficult situations with money, but he doesn't want to be taken for granted. B. Martin really takes his hat off to those footballers. They played fantastically. Takes his hat off. C. Mary is exhausted. She has been on the go all day. On the go. D. The teacher may seem strict with her students during the exam, but underneath she has a heart of gold. Has a heart of gold. E. If you just hold still for a minute, I can explain everything to you. Hold still for a minute. F. We didn't understand why Alice was having a go at Magnus. He was only a little late. Was having a go. G. Pop singers mustn't lose heart even when it seems like some people ignore them. Lose heart. H. The man kept his head and didn't panic despite the fire inside the theater lobby. Kept his head. Task 3. Guess the idiom by the legends and the pictures. Think of the situation when you can use them. A. Lady Godiva was a kind, generous person who tried to help people and the church. According to legend, the Count's people suffered from exorbitant taxes. Lady Godiva, Anglo-Saxon countess, the wife of Earl Leofric, begged her husband to reduce the tax burden. One day, at the feast, being very drunk, Leofric promised to reduce taxes if his wife rode a horse through the streets of Coventry but naked. He was sure that this condition would be completely unacceptable to her. However, Godiva put her people above her own modesty and took this step. On the 10th of July, 1040, she rode through the whole city on horseback, being completely naked. The inhabitants of the city, who loved their patroness and respected her for her kindness, were warned in advance. They agreed to be in their homes and not to see Godiva. They closed the shutters and doors of their houses. No one went out into the street, so no one saw the beautiful naked horsewoman. But not all people did it. She was riding naked through the town Coventry in England to demonstrate against heavy taxes on the townspeople when a prying tailor Tom opened the window to watch her, but was struck blind. Since that time, a person who derives pleasure from secretly watching people undressing or engaging in some activity is called his name. It must be admitted that the Count was amazed at the dedication of his wife and kept his word by lowering taxes. B. King Midas is famous in Greek mythology because of his ability to turn everything he touches into gold. Midas was the king of Phrygia, a part of Turkey today. Dionysus heard his prey about the wealth and told him to wash in the river Pactolus. Midas did so, and when he touched the water, the power flowed into the river, and the sands there turned into gold. Since that time, everything Midas touched turned into gold, trees, stones, and even food. Because of that fact, he could not eat. Food and drink, which the king touched with his lips, also turned into gold. The beloved daughter of Midas, whom he inadvertently kissed, also turned into a golden statue. And Midas was nearly to death because of grief and hunger, in spite of having uninnumerable wealth. The gift of Dionysus became a real curse for him. Midas fell on his knees, prayed to Dionysus to take away his gift. Dionysus took pity of him and ordered Midas to bathe in the river Pactolus again and sprinkled this water everything that was most dear to him. Midas rushed to the river, plunged into it, and sprinkled with the same water on his daughter. As a result, he got rid of his ability and stopped loving gold in any form. C. Methuselah was a Hebrew patriarch, grandfather of Noah, who was supposed to have lived for unbelievable 969 years. This unbelievable myth was recorded in Coventry in Bibles in 1535. D. Draco was the first recorded legislator of Athens in ancient Greece. He replaced the prevailing system of oral law and blood fluid by a written code to be enforced only by the court. The code turned out to be too strict and harsh. For example, for a petty theft, the death penalty was envisaged.